Good morning, everybody, and this is your Forex Day trade setups for today. So as usual, starting off with Euro USD, but what I do want to do is just change the look that we have here. So let's just get rid of all our noise, and I'm going to basically, we're going to focus on a range. So that's kind of the bit of structure that we're in, and the reason why I'm drawing it across is because there could be potential for a head and shoulders here. So there is a shoulder, there's a head, there's a shoulder. We do have a bit of a channel brewing, but leave the channel out for now. This is basically the line in the sand. So this is an extremely bullish bar that we have here. Open on its low, close on its high. Very small tail, pretty much above the moving averages again. Although we still do have a bearish cross on the moving averages, so still a little bit of indecision there, or quite a bit of indecision. Feds will be coming out this afternoon or this evening, so expect some volatility, and probably the dollar should pick a direction and start trading. So for now, still sit on hands for the dollar pairs. We need to break through this channel. And you can see, as I've drawn it, above the moving averages, below the moving averages, above the moving averages. I wouldn't be too surprised to see it move below the moving averages now. Anyway, I'm sitting on the sidelines with that at the moment. US dollar, Japanese yen. This is still looking a little bit different to me. So, strong move up, nice pullback, and I'm still looking at this to say we look like we're expecting a move to the upside. This break, well, we've already got the level drawn in. Let's just do this. So this break up here is fairly key. So there's 103.903, but let's just get down to the hour, because there's merit for a move either side. So let me just delete that. So we are in the channel. We sort of flirted with the channel to the upside, and we are hovering at the top of the channel, which leads me to believe that we should be looking for a move to the upside. Doesn't always play out, but that's kind of the structure we're looking at. Now, these two levels that we drew in, the one was 103.903, and this one is 103.669. So this has been violated to the downside, and it's fairly strong. So there is merit to call a potential move to the downside back to the bottom of the channel. So again, dollar pair, we need to wait for the Feds to come out before we actually start looking at this again. So I wouldn't be too surprised to see a break up, find some resistance here and move down. In other words, turn these two levels into the range, and then we need to look for a break of either side of those two levels. So that's kind of the outlook that I've got later tonight, but really going to be sitting on the sides with that one. Euro Aussie dollar. So the question is, do we have a higher low? We had a double bottom forming here. I'm just going to put that level in there. Didn't quite get a decent break above the neckline of the double bottom, but we've kind of got a double top brewing at the moment. But what we see at the moment could very well be the pullback that's required to create the higher low for a move to the upside. So I'm still looking at this pair and waiting for the confirmation that we have a trend reversal. At the moment, there you can see the double top clear as daylight. Does look like we're testing that. So the most logical choice would be to see it move all the way back down to the bottom of this range. So that's kind of the one view of this, and the other view obviously is a break above this high. So that's still sideways for me, so still waiting to see what's going to transpire. It does look, or in my opinion anyway, that the strong move to the downside, we are consolidating, and we're either consolidating for another leg down or for a reversal. And at the moment, our trend is still down. We should still be looking for shorts, which is why you get the sellers coming in at different levels. But it is well worth just paying attention to, and just keep your eyes open to the potential for different things. Obviously, if we start rejecting here, a decent close below this tail here, which is 157085, that would trigger a short with a stop up there, and you'd more than likely expect a second move down, and I would probably trigger one of these tails here as a target. Not that one's been done, so it'll be this one or this one, or that one. Okay, so that's kind of what we're looking at there. Pound Japanese yen, we have finally closed above 142.200 and had a nice proper engulfing bar here. Could be seen as an exhaustion bar, especially with the next 8 hour, the 2 8-hour bars there, inside bars, but it could also just be a bit of structure forming. So you can see a nice solid close, well, not actually close, that started at the open, and that was a result of some data coming through in the UK. So for me at the moment, I'm treating this as a break. This is a break of the level I've been waiting for. Don't really like that bar there. So what I need to do is wait for some kind of pullback onto structure, and 142.200 is definitely the structure I'm waiting for. If that holds, there are opportunities for a long. There are a few gaps to the downside though, just bear that in mind. You can see one very clearly there, and is there another one? No. Saw one on the hour. That looks like the clearest one there. So there you go. And look at the 15-minute structure. If I come back to the hour, you'll find structure here as well. There. A lot of structure there. So that is a fairly decent pullback, to be honest. Right on the 50% Fibonacci, or 50% of the move to the upside. That would be a buying opportunity. Okay, so first thing first, we're looking for 142.200 to see if that holds and get some positive price action up there. That will be a fairly decent trade because we can have a stop just below that. The second one is going to be on the 50% retracement, but you're going to have a wider stop there because it could drop to 61.8. So you'd have to be below the swing low, so a smaller position with that trade. But that's kind of the structure we see there. Aussie dollar, US dollar, still in the range, nothing really to talk about. We need to wait for the Feds to come out later on with whatever noise they're going to produce. And now if you look at the hour, it's above and below the moving average. I mean, it could be forming a base here ready for a move to the top of the range. I think that's probably one of the logical things to look at. So typically moves from the middle of the range, sort of 50% of the range. Typically when you get support, it gets back to the top of the range. But I'm not interested in that right now because it could go either way, and in my experience anyway, it's probably just going to muck around here right in the middle of the range until later tonight, well, early morning US, well, mid-morning US time, I think, so around 8-9 o'clock my time. Anyway, sitting on hands for that. We'll look at that again tomorrow. British pound, Aussie dollar, still concerned about this wedge that's forming. But I think the bigger picture, or the shorter term picture, should we say, is that range. So if we come to the hour, you'll see, let's get rid of that one. It's not really giving us anything. There's our range. Trend is still to the upside. If you look at the hour, we are above the moving averages. Oscillators are in the middle of nowhere, nothing indicating that we're at a level high or low. So it is just a messy trend to the upside. Which is surprising. We did get some good data come through for the UK yesterday, but yeah, it's I think something which you just need to continue watching. On the shorter term, it is maintaining its moves to the upside. On the longer term, we are above the moving averages, haven't had a crossover yet, coming up to the 155. I would expect some selling around there, and because we're in a wedge, I'm very wary of that being a sort of a move, something along the lines of this. Let's just assume we bounce off that level there. Okay, so that's kind of the view that I've got right now, that we're going to need to clear this range one way or another. So either to the upside or to the downside, and even to the upside I'll be very wary of 178. So it does look like, this is often true when you get a move up and then it sort of like struggles and struggles and struggles. You look for the level that it's trying to get to, and that's the most logical level is right here at 177,980 or 178 probably. Okay, so that, if that happens, I would expect some sellers to step in, and then the trick is to watch this trend line. If that trend line gives way then this measured move is in play to the downside. So I'm not convinced that we have any sort of trend reversal yet. This does look like a pullback for me at the moment, especially on the 8 hour. There it is there. Right, so that's me for today. Hope it helps, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Drop us a comment if there's anything that you thought, anything you see on the markets. Help us see what else is out there as well. Anyway, keep safe, and we'll catch up with you in the morning. Cheers for now.